Guys, welcome to Ball Pod. Alafu guys, ECL happened, league happened. Tuanze wapi?
ECL.
I'll finish last.
Tuanze wapi ECL?
Sasa tuanze hapa juu.
Where it hurts the most. But kwa nini can we say English teams are becoming very
Hapana, mimi naona
Let me introduce this segment like this. I'll ask this question: is the English Premier League being hard, causing English teams to suffer more in the UCL? Like unacheza ukijua kuna game next kuna team kali, game next kuna team kali, and then you have so many tough games that by the time inafika UCL hata nguvu na nini naisha, because I feel like most teams seem to be lacking energy when it comes to the UCL or when the season is coming to an end. I think that is the question. Is the league being too tough hurting English teams when it comes to UCL? Me, I think it's a yes.
But sasa, okay, me I think most of the time, okay, venye naona, for the most part, you see the top team size zenye ziko in Europe, the English teams zenye zinacheza Europe sai. Most of these teams, they're also fighting for the top spots in the league. They're also playing Carabao. You know, all these other domestic competitions we have in England. They're playing all these competitions. They're playing against each other. So it's high-level football in every competition. Even when it's Carabao. And we consider Carabao not being such a, prestigious trophy. But
my point is,
you understand?
When City are playing Nottingham Forest, that's a very hard game. But when Real Madrid are playing who is number last or bottom three, it's not such a hard game. Like they can more or less cruise to victory. But when a Premier League, hata saizi unaenda kucheza West Ham and you are worried. You are like, what is going to happen?
I also agree with Kevin. As I was coming here, I was just thinking about number one, I think Spanish teams have mastered the art of playing the knockout football, which English teams are not used to. You see, English teams, we are used to the long-term football. Like we are playing, it's like a marathon. But ukiangalia teams kama the Barcelonas, the Atletico, the Real Madrid, the reason wana drive sana when it comes to Champions League, wamezoea sprint football where you just need to win a few games for you to win the UCL. But English teams tumezoea, like a draw is good because the league is so tough, unaona? Me, that's how I can nini. Me naweza sema hivi, my guys. So, two things. The way you play in the English Premier League is not the same way you play in European cups, because the English Premier League is more physical, but utapata, let's say other leagues ziko more tactical or per se. So utapata when you play as an English Premier League team, so you need to have players who are more athletic, who can win more 50-50s, who can sprint, and we can say the other teams benefit because they have the culture of the league, of say the Spanish team or the Italian or the French league. They are more tactical based. Na haziko as draining, because me, I would say, if you're playing the English Premier League and you're also playing other competitions, you're more likely to be more worn out because of the nature of football. Okay, that's why utapata maybe for example Arsenal hawata shine sana wakiwa UCL, but wakikuwa home wana shine because of the athleticism.
I think hata nianze hivi. First of all, argument yako inatoka nje mlango with the fact that English teams literally not all of them apart from Newcastle finished in the top 8, which means it's not about the tactics, it's something else. Na ndio nasema season ikienda kuisha bana, umecheza game ya marathon the whole time unacheza. There is no easy game. You cannot rotate kwa ligi. You cannot rotate against West Ham. You cannot risk rotating against Burnley because utanaswa. Because it's not only about physical, it's also very tactical. It's just a very demanding league. So with that in mind, like by the time season enda kuisha, almost players are very tired. Look at Arsenal. Rice and Zubimendi are looking very tired. Basically almost everyone at Arsenal is looking tired. At almost all teams too, you find players are looking tired or wako injured. So I think that is the crucial factor. Okay, and acha ni pose another question ndio mkiendelea you answer this question. Basically only 2 teams drew, Arsenal and Newcastle, the rest lost. Do you think English teams still have a chance to advance, and which teams do you think have the best chance to overcome the difference or the margins?
So swali umeuliza, obviously we'll have to answer it logically. Juu margin yetu ni 3 goals kama Spurs. Bro hata sijavaa jazi leo but nitahil. Nyinyi ni nyinyi mlipewa pena lakini hiyo pena iko pena. You know it, we know it, the world knows it. But ni sawa.
The referee bana cheza na ref.
Before I answer your questions mzee, hey, me what I think and from my logistics, my experience watching football, from the time I understood what football is and how it's played and everything about it, everything beautiful about it. In the Premier League will always be the most intense league to play in. Everybody knows that. Every player in every league knows that. So when you think about the intensity of the league as it starts and when it comes to an end, it's 2 different things. It's common sense. You can watch any season, as long as we've been alive to watch football. You can watch any season and you'll see most teams, by the time they're getting to the end of the season, their teams even probably at niniziko different. The whole formation is different. You'll find the players who are sitting on the bench no wanacheza because of some injuries gotten, because the main players have played too many games. They're playing too many high intensity competitions, including the domestic cups, which again I was saying wanacheza against each other. Premier League teams also are in these competitions, you know, like the FA Cup also. There's a whole mix up there with the championship as well. Mambo ni mengi. So you see the Premier League and we'll always like retain a high standard because we're always there to win. Every team is going there to win. Hakunanga hiyo draw na hata nasikia ati draw. Hiyo ni mambo ya Everton na sijui, but you get to the point. So inafikanga point where like you get to this round of 16 because you see we had Chelsea were in the top 8 in the Champions League positions. Nini, you know, like 5 Premier League clubs ilikuwa hapo na sasa si wote tunafinywa. Now people are wondering mbona tunafinywa. It's because like we've already played a lot of football. We are past the 80% of the season right now. So already players have been drained. So like so to answer your question, watu wenye naona wanaweza progress. Me, I think we can still progress. If you watched our game, I'm depressed. I just can't prove it unless you watch that game. I'm like, hizo goals tulikuwa the counter attacks is, bro, it was a counter, bro. Palma alikuwa afunge. I don't even know how this keeper has been saving these niggas. But ni sawa. I just think we can get back at these guys. But our defense has to have, sijui ni nini Fofana nafaa yafanye. Sijui afanye uchawi. Atafute John Terry aende amguze miguu. Something like that. I don't know. Something has to happen in our defense because everything else is good. We create the most chances. We have all the possession in the world, but we're not winning. We need to win. I think we'll progress, and I think we'll progress on penalties because that's 3 goals in 90. Yeah, this is Chelsea, by the Chelsea against PSG. Because I just know we are a better team. We showed it in the Club World Cup final. Right now, they're in the round of 16. Their coach asked to cancel a game, to postpone a game for the. You see, you know, there's some things you can't do in our league. You know, ours is more strict because we are more intense. You know, we are a serious league. Hii maneno ya PSG, your league is a bit France kuna maneno, but we'll understand how it goes. Because I can already tell you Mbappe will win the Ballon d'Or anyways. What's the other question? Okay, actually, Arsenal, I'm praying wasiende anywhere. Mungu baba, ni 1-1. Walikuwa penalty by mistake, hata waende wafanye kitu. But whatever it is, we'll see where it goes. But it might also dawn on them vibaya because they've been doing well so far, but the fatigue gets to the Premier League teams at these stages of the competition. So if you don't have enough players enough or fit players also, because fitness is also key, hiyo pia itakuumiza as a team. So it's like we need to see, but Premier League teams hatuna hope. Tottenham relegation, bye. You know, longer in the top 4, sijui tunaingiza nani kwa hiyo mix, ni top 6 teams in the Premier League, big 6 itabidi tumewa replace na team kama nini, Brentford ama nini. Nani tutafanyia analysis next season, but tutajua, but like sioni kama tuko na hope. Sisi na Arsenal tu ndio tuko na hopes, but
Man City
Man City bana.
Newcastle.
Man City wako na hopes but sijui okay Haaland, we need to talk about Haaland kwa sababu huyu jamaa kutoka anzisha YouTube yake.
Acha tutaongelea Haaland but
He's been playing like Victor, he's been playing like SI but anyway like sijui amekuwa kianga out na sidemen sana but we'll see what happens
So Man City it's
Man City ni ngumu. Wanaweza enda draw, wanaweza finya draw. I think one of us sisi ama wao tutafikisha the other team to the penalties and proceed. Okay. I just don't know which team. One of us, one of the Blues, but I just know we can. We'll watch your game until the 78th minute, you would know. 73rd, okay. 78th ilikuwa already gone. Jorgensen, I never want to see you
Newcastle
playing. Hata usichezee under 12 ni? What the youngest tunakuwa nani? Under 13. Usi hata end home. Hata si
Newcastle.
Hata tumrelease. Ati?
Newcastle, Barcelona.
I think Newcastle will get the best of Barcelona this time.
Yeah.
Sijui mbona they're playing good football. Wamewacheza touches. This our whole boy
Barcelona don't know how to. They're trying to play.
Hapana hiyo offset rapio pia nini. But sidhani ni ilikuwa counters. Yao ilikuwa nani ball carrying the midfield walikuwa lose your battle. Frankie de Jong lose for me yake 3 years ago. He never came back after ile injury.
Okay, I think for me, I just go straight to which teams I think will qualify. So the biggest upset, I agree with Emmanuel. Newcastle will beat Barcelona. That will be the biggest upset of the round of 16. As I predicted, Galatasaray will knock out Liverpool. Arsenal will knock out Leverkusen. PSG will knock out Chelsea, and Real Madrid will knock out Man City. Sad. No, I mean it's a fact. Like I watched most of the games. For to be very honest, Newcastle exceeded my expectations. I mean, Newcastle created a lot of chances. If they had a clinical striker, they would have won with Gordon started. Yeah, and also Yamal is not playing the second leg. Who is their star player? Alipata kadi. So hachezi. So again, in increased chances, the Newcastle co upset team. Tottenham, let's not talk about Tottenham. They're done and dusted. I think for me, Newcastle, Arsenal, the teams which are going to represent English Premier League in the next round.
Okay, Emirates unazawaka. Mimi nakwambia it could be one of those nights.
Hata kwa hater, hapa kwa objective.
Hapana, asimi si hater.
Ini YouTube trend.
Yeah, so
you know I am saying that okay logically as yata shikilia juni one kitu moja anasema logistics are saying ukiangalia ka uli watch your game these guys were given a penalty handed over gift Christmas gift.
yeah. So we pray that Arsenal don't find corners.
Mungu akianani.
Okay, that's the first thing. Okay? Because wakipata corners, if Arsenal get corners, they're gonna beat. Yes.
Yeah, of course, man.
Kwao corner na pena and unajua mambo yao kushikashika watu kwa box.
Bro, caressing everything. Bro, hugging everything.
Yeah, so if Arsenal, if Leverkusen know one thing is to deny, to keep the corners tight. And
clean sheets also. They've been the best in the league.
Unajua clean sheet basically ni kuambia msipe Arsenal corners.
Exactly.
Because if
that's what they did last time.
How many corners did they get?
Bro, walikuwa na
exactly. If they minimize that, they reduce their chances. They increase their chances of getting. So that's the first thing. The second thing, man, Spurs. It's sad to know that Spurs are not going to progress. But I actually think Spurs I root for them.
Championship.
Okay, it's fine. It can be in the championship, but nina feel ni kama it's getting to that point where wanani remind zile Graham Potter vibes. When we were also in the same space. But I feel like Spurs can still get there because na assume tu hizo teams zenye ziko chini yao pia zitakuwa zina lose simultaneously because they also have hard fixtures. So Spurs will not qualify. Chelsea are not going to qualify because
we can.
Well,
it's a 20% chance though.
We can, we can, but
you're serious, like,
here, listen. What I've realized with Chelsea tunahitaji like no one a root for us, like when
we need everyone to watch us.
we need everyone to everything.
We need
everybody. Like when everything is against us, that's when we perform.
We dominate.
Yeah, that's when we perform. So I'm not gonna put so much hopes. Like unaona this time round we were like, okay, we're gonna win. But the fact
I knew the way that game was going.
Yeah.
Until the 75.
But again, Rosinia is also
He's a new coach.
He's a culprit. Ni kama wali develop a coach then wakaleta mwingine, so ana learn kwanza kwa mistakes ndio sasa a stabilize ship. But anyway,
he's a good coach. I just can't prove it.
Yeah. Man City, it's done and dusted. It's okay for Man City. Wacha kuja at least wapambane na Premier League. No. It's not even about quadruple.
Wanaweza make comeback.
No, it's not even about the quadruple. We just need Man City to come and try and win their games and see how Arsenal will perform. All right? And then the Arsenal, of course, tunajua mnahitaji corners, but most likely you guys were gonna progress anyway.
Bro, the leagues that have been going around, the corners have been too crazy.
Newcastle will progress. Barcelona is very shaky. Na hata Barcelona akipatana na Arsenal hawawezani. We'd rather have Newcastle on that side progressing. Because man, Arsenal akitoka kwa Bodo Glims na apate Barcelona, it will be like yeah. So wacha tuambie Arsenal watafika huko so that he get into their heads watafika huko. Yeah. Because Arsenal wakitoa mapema wana win EPL, but Arsenal wanapenda kufight for two things alafu wana bottle zote.
All of them.
So I think that's that.
I've had inafika kwa Arsenal mnaongea matop. Sijitetee mimi. I'll say this. Who is going to proceed, who is not going to proceed? Let's start with the teams that drew. I think Newcastle have a big shout, but it depends on how brave they get against Barcelona at Camp Nou. If they are brave and play the same way they played at St. James Park, they have a chance. If they decide to sit back and allow Barcelona to have the ball, then it's going to be a tough day for them. Gordon starting, I think, is going to be an advantage. And I think they're the best placed team to proceed, and I think they will proceed. Arsenal drew. The fact that they are coming at home gives them an edge to do well. Depends on how Arteta plays, but I think we will get through Leverkusen a 2-0 win. Real and Man City, I don't think Man City are going to score 3 without Real scoring even 1. And if they manage to do so, which is very tough, I think they might then win it on penalties, because I don't think Real will have what it takes. They hit really bad penalties, so hapo ndio watanaswa. But bao 3 bana against Real, ngumu. Same thing goes to PSG and Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea can score 3 goals. The problem is, can they keep a clean sheet? I don't think they can. So I don't think they can also get to score 5 past PSG, and PSG only score 2. If they score 5, PSG will score at least 4 or 3. I don't think it's going to be that. So Chelsea might win on the night, but I think the goals they conceded are just too many for them to make a comeback. So nyumbani. And Spurs relegation hapa hivi ni ngumu. I don't think watamanage. The question that I have for you guys, na labda mjibu tu mbio, I think, is playing the round of 32 a disadvantage or an advantage? Because naona ka teams zote zinazocheza round of 32 are the ones who are performing best. Okay, Bayern walinyorosha mtu. But if you look at these other ones, Bodo Glimt walishine na msee. Real walishine na msee. Newcastle walishine na mtu. Leverkusen walikuwa tu sawa. Who else? PSG walikufa na mtu. Like, basically, I see almost all the teams that were in the knockout are doing well. And I think for me, kucheza round of 32 kuna vile inakupa unapata kama momentum. Uko like niko ready kwa Champions League. Unajua ile kwa FIFA uki warm up. Bas, I think so. What do you think, guys?
I think I think I agree. The teams zilicheza hiyo knockout stage walikuja na the right momentum. Ukiangalia most of these teams were teams that we expected them to win that round and come and also challenge for the title the UCL trophy. So the only team that inatupatia inaitwaje the Black Horse hapa ni Bodo, which I think for me they'll also go past the next round, and we know which team they'll knock out. Let me not talk. But just to add another point, I think also English teams have been playing so well. I've looked at last season. English teams won 2 trophies. Is it 2?
UCL peke yake ndo tukushinda.
UCL peke yake ndo tukushinda. But ukiangalia like English teams imekuwa strong, and easy teams zingine me I feel like they have so easy leagues that allows them to prepare better for the UCL. Yeah.
I would also say that the pairing pia ilifavor hizi ma teams zingine, because you would find that most of the teams zenye zilikuwa maybe except maybe Leverkusen, the rest of the teams zilipewa somebody who they can beat, alright? Like as much as walikuwa huko chini,
Evenly matched.
yeah, but you would find that they have the ability to play and outplay their opponent because they have enough quality. And again, something you say, which is important, momentum is important. Like you may say you don't want to play so many football, but sometimes you can say the more you play, the more you become a better oiled machine. But again, you can also argue, like for example, the English Premier League teams, they did not perform well because they have been more overstretched with the fixtures. And so it's more of like a fixtures thing than a thing to do with ati hawakuwa round of 16 or whatever, and hawalikuwa. Yeah.
Okay. I think tunaweza fungia hapo ya UCL.